should have 9 points in a vertical stack on the left-hand side. And then add an additional point to the right-hand side. Again, having a correlation, trying to find a correlation of 0.7. The next plot should have 10 points in a curve pattern that starts at the lower left and rises to the right and then falls again to the far right. You can adjust your points up and down appropriately to get again a correlation of 0.7. Let's adjust some of these points. Wow, to get another correlation of 0.7. The summary question for this investigation is, if you know the correlation between two variables is 0.7, what can you say about the relationship? The answer is nothing. Correlation only measures linear relationships. When investigating a data set, do not rely on your R, on your correlation coefficient. Make sure that you look at the scatter plot of the data as well. The second question asked you to create a group of 10 points in a straight line pattern with a strong correlation coefficient of 0.9. And then we need to add a point at the upper right that is in line with the other 10 points. As you can see, the correlation coefficient increased, adding strength to this linear relationship. The next question asked the students to explore how small they can make their correlation coefficient by moving this point. And as you can see, the correlation coefficient can become very small and approach 0. And they also ask, can you make the correlation coefficient negative? And as you can see, even though all the remaining 10 points have a positive relationship, just this one point alone can drag the correlation coefficient to be negative. In summary, the points with outliers in the x and the y direction have strong effect on the correlation. In the next activity, we will learn how some of these points may affect the least